6 extra puffs is all it needs just to get her proper pumped up. I know which way the wind is blowing this way, so I knew I could get the motor up early today and just drift in until it's shallow enough for me to walk out. And the lugger is still small enough to manhandle, or manhandle in my case, or person handle. Now the boat should sit there. You'll see she should sit there. Trouble is, the wind changes quite a bit and it can go all the way around the mooring. So you can see now, look, she's moving out. So that's why I always secure with a stern line as well. There we go. Perfect. The birds, apparently, you can see the remnants of it. Apparently, when we left the boat last week, the owner of this lugger here came down, checked all the luggers, and said yes, there was another bird's nest being built again on Lulu. There was one on his and one on this one here as well. So you can see he's put some bird scarer strip up there. We'll go and check these boats as well later on, just make sure, you know, we know what's going on with them. It's nice to just, you know, look out for each other. But you see, we've got a little bit to clear up. They don't often make a mess. It's filthy. Oh, yay. Right, we'll start at the easy end, work our way down. I forgot I had my bucket aboard. There we go. Right, we'll leave that just ashore to dry off. Hopefully it'll dry quite quick in this sun. Woo! Right, That's the cover done. Now let's sort the boat out again. Important to keep your, I think when I took them off last time, they just lifted a little bit, and they obviously can't be sailing the boat with, you know, covered in bird. You can actually so armed with my new lockers, I've actually been filling these up at home. So in this one I've got screwdrivers, small, and even an electric one, although that looks a bit rusted. Some glow sticks, emergency glow sticks, red, white and green. So if it's night time, I've got my three colours that I need for nighttime sailing or motoring, and also the white one would serve, and the red one, or the green really, would serve as an ad hoc light on board if I needed it. These are reusable tie-its or zip ties, and they're pretty good. You can reuse them. I've got some other slightly smaller zip ties. Zip ties are a real get out of jail card really. You can do a hell of a lot, replace shackles, things like that with a zip tie. Adjustable spanner is going to go in there. My pliers are going to go in there, which also have wire cutters, so you need to sort of probably get these a bit better arranged, but there we go. I don't think for now I'm going to put my dedicated wire cutters in there. I'll put my short nose, or what are they called, long nose pliers in there, and then I'm going to put a few of these, not this spanner but a few of my old spanners in with very common sizes, although I do need a size 6 because that's what a lot of the bolts are on this boat, so I'm going to put some of those in as well. So let's put that one in the bottom there. Is that closed? Yeah. Oh, sorry. There we go. So this one it's like my little spare parts box. So we've got shackles, some bigger shackles, and cotter pins, some screws in here, various lengths, you know, bolts the same, spare part spark plug, spare jet gas lighter, you know, for sealing ropes. We've got here is this one's got like any kind, loads of little kinds of fair leads, anything where you screw down, pass a line through it. Some spare clam cleats, I think they're called. Loads of shackles in here just because they're so useful. Some screw eye things, various sizes, and also some of these, well, I don't know what they're called, pipe clamps or something, just in case one comes off the bilge pump. There's another fair lead in here, some GoPro stickies just in case, and then in here's beads. It's got loads of little beads in there. I don't know why they're in there, but they are. This one has got sort of more spare parts. So this one's got loads of Velcro, elastic toggles, stuff that will just tie stuff up, you know, sails, things like that in an emergency. I've got my spare kill cord for the electric motor and the outboard. Really important to have a spare kill cord, otherwise you can't operate your motor. I've also got these little lights in here, nav lights, that I can use. They have a 24-hour batteries. I need to get some batteries actually as well that will go in here. Monel seizing wire just in case, some electrical tape, some little clips that stick on. They've been really successful, these clips, just spare ones of those to clip things or stick wires to. Some of this sheathing just to help, just in case. I've got a couple of spare of my SCA connectors in there, and at the moment I've just got some USB leads and a 12-volt cigarette lighter for USB in there. So I think I've got most of the stuff I need. I don't need any of this on the lake because, you know, worst case scenario, even if you're at the bottom of the lake, just leave the boat, you know, get a taxi, come round to the camper van, you know, it's fine, you don't need it. But on the sea, I'm thinking it might be prudent to have those, and they all go in there. to these lockers, and that's it. You don't know you've got them. I'm not going to use this side because I like that locker. It's got like things in that I like want to just keep waterproof, you know, like some clothes, things like that. So for now, that will remain sort of empty and the whole space will be used. Right, it is bird scaring time. So I made these. I didn't show you these. I haven't shown you these before, but these are lines with CDs on them, and I'm going to hang these. These are designed to hang up, and I want to try and size them as best as I can, so it's going to be very, very quick and easy to stick them on. So when the boat's moored up, we're going to have, what we'll do is we'll maybe put a little mark on here, and we could have this point here, say, where something will be attached. Oh, see, this is quite low there. We have got this spinnaker hoop here. So let me just check that these fit over that, because it is a pretty hefty. No, they don't, which is a shame. So I think maybe they need to be like that. Something like that. Yeah, a little bit higher. I wonder if we dare just put a little hook up there on this side. I'm just worried that we're going to clutter up. You know, we're going to clutter up the boat, but that hook could also serve as my cover line. I do need something that's a bit more dedicated to holding the cover up as well. So there's a fair lead like this, and obviously you can see that clips into there quite easily. Yeah. Now, do we want it? We can't have it. We've got to have it that way because the mast. We could bend it around the mast, but I think that's going to be fine like that. So we've got these up there, and now what we'll do is, now the yellow side is actually attached, but we'll be like that, and you can see that. I think that is going to be way better. Yeah. So maybe we actually do it as high as that. Yeah. Okay, next job is to get this little fairlead screwed in. It'll go in there, and we'll try and get this as central as we can. It's going to be about there. There we go. Right, we'll go on there. There we go. So these lines now lead back. I have got something attached here. Do you know what? They could go on the cleat, or they could go out here. They could attach to here, but I like it here. So, and also I like the way it's on the cleat, because you can sort of tighten them up like that. I'm going to tighten the other side up, and then we're going to work out where these are going to go, or the tape. Gosh, that tape's really shiny, isn't it? Look at that. Benefit of these are they're proper little dangly things, aren't they? The seagulls are going to hate those. The negatives are, I think if you use the tape instead, it might blow across the boat, so it will cover more of the boat, if you see what I mean. I do apologise, the boat is actually being pushed. We're okay now. The wind's just got up. The boat's been pushed ashore, and now we're kind of going the other way. There we go. Right, so we'll measure this out, and I think we'll get, if we do it like that, we'll make sure it goes quite low. Whoop! Wow, I tell you what, it's proper shiny, isn't it? It's getting in my eyes, that. And then what I'll do, I'll literally get halfway. Don't think we have to be scientific about this, and we'll tie a knot in it. Oh yeah, it's quite tough. And I think hopefully that will be a bit of extra. Up here I'm just going to do a couple more pieces, but I'm not going to have them doubled up. I'm going to cut them hopefully the same length. ish. And just have to. I don't want to overdo it, otherwise probably going to be blinding everyone. And I'm just going to tie those on at the top like that. And one here. Unfortunately, the wind isn't the right way. So, but if I was a seagull, yeah, I'd be hating that. Oh yeah. There we go. There's the my Mark 1 bird scaring machine fully up. Tell you what, I hate it. I wouldn't want to be on here with all this going on. The other thing I thought we could do, if we need to, is tie something across there as well. You know, they might want to come there, I don't know, but I think we've done enough for 1 week. We'll see how we get on. So I've got this, look, the little lacing hook for my cover. It's just, the holes are just done, and these are like size 10. They're really big. So, and they're also the wrong kind of shape. You don't want recessed screws in there, you want these ones. So what I've done, these are size 8s, which is what they should be in there. What I'm going to do, because I can't get into here because it's in the buoyancy tank, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this, the 291 Sikaflex. I'm just going to fill those holes as best as I can, and then I'm going to put these screws in and hope they just set, because this lacing hook is gone really. The others I managed to tighten up and replace the screws, and they're all looking good, but this one I need to sort out. Alright, here goes nothing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, unfortunately the gaff's in the way here, but there we go, we'll live with it. Just going to kind of try and close these holes up like so, just like that. I think that'll do. And then we're going to make sure we get this lacing hook the right way around. I'm going to do that, and then we're just going to push those through, and hopefully it'll just give it something to bite onto, and we'll probably just leave that. I see, we might just tidy that up. Oh, well, I will tidy that. I need a bit of tissue, but we'll tidy that up, and then I think that should, have something on it at least. This one seems, I don't know, I'm not sure. They're not really sticking so well. Let's try it again, and then maybe twist them in a little bit more. There you go, I think that'll do. We'll see how that works anyway. Today's cake is pastel de nata. Hard to beat that. Hard to beat the pastel de nata. Really is. And I've got a triple bounty here. I didn't realise it was a triple one, but I might have a piece of bounty as well to go. Lovely. Oh, I do love a cappuccino in the morning. We've got another boat on the water. Maris Vario. Nice. I think we saw that last week as well. Nice little dinghy that. There is something about getting, I really want to get Mocking D fixed and actually go for a sail on her. There's something so dinghy-like about the Mirror dinghy. And also I'd love to get a sail on some of the club boats as well. I don't think that's a club boat, but they do have club boats you can do 1 up or 2 up, and yeah, just to get a bit more experience really. I forgot, I had a load of 3D printed stuff that I want to show you. So I'm really excited about some of this actually. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, I don't know what I call these, Gunnel clip, Mark III. These ones clipped on like this, and they've got a small clip and a bigger recess, and that's because the outer side is a bigger recess. Now these clip on like this. We had two problems with these. One, they move, which, you know, isn't ideal. We could put a screw in, but then we may as well put a cleat in. So they move. The other thing is they are a little bit difficult to kind of get on and off, and they do scratch the gunnel up, as you can see. Now, this is designed to pivot. I have done a video of this being printed and designed, and all these do is go over nice and loose, and then all you've got to do is do this little bolt up. Now, the bolt needs to be a wing nut of some nature. I've actually got my little thingy of nuts and bolts here, and I think I've got some wing nuts in here. But the idea is I just want to get this tight. There you go. So, you know, it moves. I don't think I'm ever going to stop it moving. But there we go. I think for a fender, that's going to be fine. And then the idea is, at the moment, I've got this little sort of fair lead on the bottom, but you could, for a fender, you'd want the fair lead maybe up here. And actually, we'd probably have the butterfly bottom on the inside, the fair lead here, so you could hang a fender from it. The fenders I've got, I don't know whether I've got the wrong fenders for this boat, but they just don't seem to work so well. I need sort of more rounder bell-shaped ones than the flat ones. They're not quite good enough for the boat, I don't think, but if I can get them higher so they line up with this more, then this part more, I think then they'd work a bit better. But this thing down here was actually to attach a tent. So let me get a little bit of line and let's see if we can give that a test. So I've just got my little tiller tamer line. Now, if you had a tent, what you've got to imagine here is that the tent would come over the gunnel and then maybe attach to this here, something like that. I don't know, something like that. We could make this much lower as well, and then if as long as the force isn't too bad, which it is, that would be okay. Now, let's have a look at that. Yeah, this is 20% filled, so it's really weak. It's also, let me check the print. Yeah, it's been printed a different way to what I'd normally want. And actually these bits here are very thin. So I think it's failed the stress test, but I think it's passed. Let's just pop that back. I think it has passed. If we can make this thicker and just address these weak points, I think we've got the makings of something here that might just work. So I need to drill a hole in the battery box for these cables to go in through the back. And this is the biggest drill piece I've got, but it's going to be a struggle. It's not big enough. So I'm going to try and drill with this and then kind of try and drill sideways and try and make it so it's big enough. There we go, so that was the first one and this is the second one. There we go, fine. So we're going to get this box back in, we're going to get these fed through the back, and I'm just going to kind of block them up with a bit of butyl tape from the inside just for now, and I think that'll be fine. There we go, all screwed back in. That little tool's invaluable for the back one, really pleased about that. So there we go, you can see the holes at the back there. I've got a confession to make. As I was putting it in, I actually damaged the barrel connector for the solar panel. I bent it and snapped it. So the solar panel's not working. Well, the solar panel's working, but the connector's not powering up the battery anymore. The battery's full, so it's fine for now. But I'll have to redo that connector. But the good news is there's way too much wire on that connector. So we're going to chop that down, redo the connector. I can't do it today because I've got no connectors. So we've got 2 jobs to do before we sail in the sea next week. That is get that solar panel sorted, because that's important. And the second thing is to get that fuel tank done. We'll be testing the engine anyway, probably at the weekend for the next few days, just to make sure that's running and okay. Thank you for watching. That's the projects video finished for this week. Yeah, look at this. I think in the next video we better go for a sail. What do you reckon? Bye bye for now.